Alright, we're having the distributive property with logs. So what we're going to do is write an example down. 9 to the n plus 10 plus 3 equals 81. Our goal is always to solve for the variable. In this case, our variable is n. So if I want to solve for n, I need to get n by itself, which means I need to kick out everything else. Well, I'm adding 3, so I'm going to subtract 3 first. Because if I'm doing PEMDAS backwards, when I solve equations, doing PEMDAS in reverse, I do add and subtract first. And notice the n plus 10 is part of the exponent. I'm going to do that almost last, right? That's one of my last steps that I do. So now I subtract 3, I get 9 to the n plus 10 equals 78. Now I don't have the same base because 9 and 78, it would have to be 9 and 81 for them to have the same base. So I have to use logs right now. Oh, there's a log. So I can just bring a log there and a log there. Maybe I'll write the words out. Thanks, logs, for trying to help me out. So we have log of n, 9 to the n power plus 10, equals log of 78. And what do logs do? They move the exponent in front of. So it's going to be n plus 10 times log 9. They move it in front of the log. And since I have the n plus 10 times the log 9, I have that whole number I'm multiplying, so I need to use parentheses there. That's the tricky part. You're multiplying the whole number, and that number's n plus 10, so it all goes in parentheses. It's that quantity. And now if I'm solving for n, I'm multiplying by log 9. Now I could distribute here, but actually the quicker way, that is distributive property, but the quicker way is to divide by log 9. Remember, you're trying to get n by itself? So if I divide by log 9 to both sides, that's going to cancel my log 9's and get me closer to solving for n. Then I'll only have one more step. So log of 78, I'm going to do 4 decimal places, gives me 1.8921. Log of 9 to 4 decimal places gives me 0.9542. And then if I divide those out, I get n plus 10 equals 1.9829. I have one more step to solve for n. I'm adding 10, so I just subtract 10 to both sides. And I'm going to be left with negative 8.0171, or 171 ten-thousandths. And that's my final answer. So just a recap on what we learned. The tricky step was right here. That n plus 10 is all one term or one number. So we need to keep it in parentheses. And then we're multiplying by log 9. We divided by log 9. Then after that it wasn't hard. We just subtracted 10.